Hello everybody, my name is Aceface, welcome back to Minecraft. Previously we were going through my old worlds because I wanted to document all the old memories I've had in Minecraft. The previous world I had was the first world I ever did in Minecraft, the summer of 2011. And that world was a really fond memory of mine, but I had many more memories or worlds to come after that. So this is the second one that I could find that was not deleted, because I had a few more, but then they were deleted. This is the next world that I had, and I made this sometime around the spring, I believe, of 2012, and I played it on it hardcore in the summer of 2012. So this is the world I've got here. This is actually a world that started very small, and I'm going to go through with you guys how this developed over time, because I have a lot of very, very clear memories of everything that happened here because I spent so much time here. So I wanted to document it to you guys so that you can appreciate this or just see this with me, because I think it just is so cool to have all this still saved on my computer this whole time. So initially, this whole area here started off as the plain fields. I wanted to make an as big a house as possible because I was thinking bigger is better. I mentioned this in a little bit in my previous Minecraft world that I wanted to just have a really big house, thinking that that's the best thing. I didn't really think much about the details of a house, how cool or stylish it was. I just thought that bigger is better. So what did I try to do? I made a 4-story house thinking that, oh yeah, this is so cool. And this actually originally started with oak wood, not birch wood. So it was looking a bit different before. It also had, I think it was cobblestone roof as well. So it has changed slightly over the time that I was playing on this world. I didn't actually stop playing it the summer of 2012. I did continue playing on it later as well, but I mostly played on it around that time in 2012. So this is a basic house. It's not really much complexity to it. A lot of different rooms. It's got fireplaces that I really like a lot, and stone stairs, storage, lots of small rooms for lots of guests if you ever need them. But this house, I would say, it's a bit of a haunted house, actually. A haunted house for two reasons. It's a haunted and also explosive house, because this house multiple times would burn down. Partially, at least, not completely, because these fireplaces would always leak fire somehow. Somehow they would leak fire, and it would just spread and burn down like a whole story of this house. So this was a pretty dangerous house, and not only for that, but it also had a haunted aspect to it, because since this house is a relatively big house, at least for my standards, it was not properly lit up. So somehow, I still to this day do not fully understand how, but there were some areas of this house that weren't properly lit up. And in Minecraft, when you've not got enough light going on, then that makes it so that monsters can spawn in. So occasionally I'd have a random skeleton, a random creeper spawn in and explode and just obliterate one of these rooms. So this was a pretty explosive house, and it was the first one I ever had here. And when I had this house here, I actually did not have any kind of wall. You see this big wall I've made here? This is nothing here. So it was just a complete open fields. You can sort of see it right in front of you here that we have this like open fields, nothing much really going on. You can see the rest of the open fields if we go up through this wall here. You can see that it looked a little bit like this. You can see how there's like open fields all over the place. There's like some sand over there as well, trees behind. You see that there's a lot of trees behind the wall over there. That's the forest that I was massacring to be able to build all the stuff I built here in terms of the wood. We go down here, and we can see that no, the ladder's not there. Where is that ladder? That little ladder. There it is. Don't want to take too much fall damage. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got this the nether portal here, and I was very cheap at the time. I did not want to waste any obsidian, so I actually opted out by not putting any corners here. And I think it actually looks a lot better to have the full frame of obsidian, but I just thought that I just want to save obsidian. I don't want to unnecessarily spend obsidian, so I made it like this instead. It works fine. It works fine. So I got this little path here. When I had this house, there was no paths here. It was not really that well developed. This was also a big cave system, which I blocked off with dirt, as you can see here. This is my mine, which I eventually completely barricaded off with dirt, as you can see here, and a door, so that nothing could come through. I had at one point a wooden door, but I had the issue of zombies breaking through here with this wooden door here, because I played on hard. So that's why I have the iron door here, so that nothing can go through, because zombies can break down wooden doors. If we go here, you can see that it's just an open area. And then eventually I went for the next house. And this next house was where I sort of came to the conclusion that I would prefer to have a bit more detailed, stylish house than just a straight up bigger house. And this was after I played with my friend at the time, We had a Minecraft server together, so not this world, a different world, and we built a house. But we built houses in like sort of a village, and I built then a house that looked identical to this, except that it didn't really extend beyond this block here. It was just stopped here, so it was a bit of a triangular house. I think it was pretty cool. I really like this. Probably pro Minecraft builders, if you're watching this, you're probably going to think, "What the heck? This looks so bad." But for me, I like the style of this house. I think it looks pretty cool. And you can tell that I've tried to put more detail and character into this house. This one still had some character. You see the sloped roof. It was sort of inspired a bit by the houses that I lived next to in real life at the time. That some of the houses looked in a similar fashion in terms of the roof design. But you had the chimney, the windows in the wall, but otherwise not really much detail you can say to it. You see this one has a bit more detail. And then on this server that I played with my friend, he was then built a really like stylish house. Like, what the heck, I need to also have a stylish house as well. Because he built a very small one, not like a big one like this, but a small one, but very detailed. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. He's having such a detailed house. So then I also opted into making a small one as well that looks very cool. Like had a bit more details and effort into it than a big one that is not as detailed. So that's how the story of this house emerged. It also was because my friend, he was inspired by a guy called Keralis, the very big Minecraft YouTuber at the time, was building a lot of very detailed, cool looking houses. And I also got inspired by him as well to build some very neat looking houses like this. So it was a bit of a competition with my friend indirectly. We never really mentioned to each other, but in my mind, it was always a case of a competition. We've got some windows here, tables here, little balcony here. You can see the living room here. There's no furniture in here because everything was moved to the last house I had here, which we'll get to later. We've got an open area here on the roof, if in case you want to go on the roof for some reason. And then we've also got a tiny little pool in the cellar here. You can see if you want to go for a little bit of a chill pool experience here in the cellar. And then you've got some unlimited water supply, and you've got a bit of an outdoor area with some creeper monuments here. And we've got a pool here. This is a natural pool, or like a natural little pond that was here from the beginning. And I just put a little bit of lights here, and also put some sugarcane as well, because this sugarcane was like, I tried to make it look natural, but at the same time a way I could harvest sugarcane when I needed it. I didn't really have a big need of sugarcane at the time, so that's why I didn't opt in for like a massive sugarcane farm, which you can have by planting a lot. This wheat farm here is a wheat farm I had initially by just having a basic wheat farm, but then eventually I made it to be a little bit more automatic. I've got this harvesting module here now. It's not fully grown all the wheat, but the way it works is that you press here and then the water comes out, pushes everything into this one spot here, and you get all the seeds and everything harvested, all the wheat. Now I don't think we got much. Did we get any seeds? Where are our seeds? Where are our seeds? Did our seeds disappear? Yeah, there they are. Okay. And then you just plant them here. So it's just a quick way to harvest everything than manually having to pull every single crop out of the earth, where instead you have the water flow that just puts everything into one area here, and you just get it. And then what I do is I just take the seeds, put them in this chest here, so then you have some extra as well. So then we've got the pond, we've got the wheat farm, and we've got the second house I had, even with the little balcony there as well. Pretty cool looking balcony. And as I said before, this house was originally a lot smaller, but then I made it bigger on the friend's world. I had this collective world. It was a lot smaller, but then when I brought it here, I built it like identical. Like I didn't copy it. This is all built with the survival, so no cheats were at all involved here, I promise. I had it here, and then I built it bigger because I thought it was a little bit too small stopping here. So then I extended it a bit so we get a little bit more area, spacious area, more storage, etc. I tried to make a cobblestone generator. In Minecraft, when lava and water meet, then you generate stone. It was not particularly good because half of the time the stone would go in the lava and it would burn up, and half of the time the stone wouldn't really properly generate here. Or not half the time, but sometimes the stone wouldn't properly generate here. So it works sometimes when you want to get some stone, but it's not the best. To be honest, I think it's just easier just to go and mine in the ground instead. But it was a way that I could just sit here. I sort of cheated. I don't think it's cheating. It's like legit. There's nothing wrong about it. But I'll take a little heavy weight of some sort, maybe a phone or something, put it on my left mouse key and just sit here, pressing down, and then I'll be able to like mine as much as possible all day. I don't know why this water keeps pushing me away, but you could just keep mining all the time. It's pretty cool. You can just sit here and just mine a lot. And I got the obsidian behind it because obsidian takes a really long time to mine. So even if I like keep mining the obsidian, I won't accidentally destroy the block behind me. So we get some stone, as you can see. We should probably put some armor on. It's good to have armor. Great. So eventually I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna have. I made like this detailed house, you know, but I want to make a really big one at the same time. Big one, but also detailed. So look, combine the two aspects here of the details I learned from making this house and the size which I've always wanted to have into this big mega mansion. This is what I mostly did in the summer of 2012 then, this mega mansion here. And you can go through it a little quickly. Like I really like this place. I loved using the glowstone, the redstone lamps underneath the windows because I didn't have to put any torches anywhere. The YouTuber Corrales, he liked to put the glowstone underneath the windows to light up the area. And I was like, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to have the redstone lamps. And that was because I think that this suits it a bit more as well. I think I want to do something different, but also I think that the redstone lamps suit a bit more than having the glowstone there. Looks like actual proper lights. But we've got the entrance here. We've got a little bit of dining area. We've got a little note block here. We've got the TV here, which you can sit here and just chill a little bit. Quite far away. Like my parents always told me to have the TV far away from your eyes. And then we've got a little bit of a creeper monument, which I liked. Got a little play area for the kids. And you can see here, if we go back, it will eventually go super fast with this powered rail. If we just got a little bit there, and then boom, it'll go around and around and around. Sorry guys, don't want to get you guys too dizzy, but you can go around and around there with the pumpkins. I like using the pumpkins in conjunction with the minecarts. You got an enchanting room here. I didn't make it the full size. Full size enchanting room needs to be a lot bigger and a lot more bookshelves than this. But at the time, I was never really good at doing survival like really well in terms of getting like really good gear. So I never really did enchanting, so I didn't know much about it. So I just had basic books, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I felt like enchanting was too advanced for me. There's too much. I thought that's something you do later when you destroy the Ender Dragon. The kitchen, got a nice view from the pond. You got a fridge here. Got some meat in here. Oh, how much meat do we have in here? Some meats, actually. That's pretty good to have. A steak. Unlimited supply of water, so in case you want some water to cook with, just to have it there for just saying, oh, you know, you got water in the kitchen. Fireplace. I always like to have fireplaces, and pools are something that I like to have as well, with the lights underneath as well. And then we've got a bit of an outdoor area where you can just lie down here and chill. I put a roof here so you don't get sunburn too much, so you can just lie down and chill on these little stair beds, sort of, the way you can just chill outside. And then we've got a second level here with some more rooms where you can sleep, for example. My bedroom, books if you want to read something before bed, computer here, square computer, similar to my monitor at the time. We've got wardrobe, a completely solid wardrobe. And then we've got a storage room with the nice plants. Corrales, he did these kind of plant bushes a lot, so I like that as well. And then we've got our furnace, making various different items for us to be able to continue on our conquest here. Storages with lots of varying different items. Crafting table. Lots of different redstone lights as well. Balcony, so we can look out in the wall and the pond here. Not really much to it, but I always liked having balconies as well if I could somehow slot it in there. And then we've got an outdoor attic here. Not really much to show apart from it just being an attic where you've got some storages here. And then since I couldn't really be bothered to have to make rooms in every little space of this house, I instead just made this whole area just walled off and just put lights here so no monsters would spawn. This is a pretty spooky area because there's not so much space here, or not so much light here, but and there's no windows, but a little bit of a haunted area here, but luckily no monsters really spawn up here, actually. It's lit pretty well, even though it might look a little bit dark. Maybe I just never noticed that any monsters spawn here. But that is just a walled off area I put with an iron door to show that it's a bit of like an off limits area. Not really made to be there. That's just the way it is. Some storages here which I never really put anything inside of. And then the way I quickly went down to the first level, instead of going down the stairs, I just went here and jumped down. Woo! And I went to the first level. So that's my mega mansion. I spent so much time building this in survival as well. I murdered so many trees to be able to get this house up and running. I can go and look quickly around the exterior of it as well. I got these big windows here, slabs, sort of to give some extra style. And they got a little bit of a view on the pond. Big windows. As you can see in, and it's got shielded off by the big walls out here. Got the outdoor area with the pond or the pool. I got a chill area here, which can be shielded by the sun. Anti-sunbathing, no sunbathing allowed here. And then that's it. That's my big survival world that I spent so much time building. I'm so happy with it, and I had very many fond memories. And it's funny how, even though this is 2012, guys, this is over 11 years ago, but I remember so much from this. I remember it really so vividly, how all the small things I did here, because I spent so much time here in this world. So it means a lot to me, a lot of memories. I was a little kid here making this, but I still have it on my computer. Really glad I never decided to delete this. So that's my Minecraft world, spring to summer of 2012. We're going to continue on going through all the worlds I had and see what we can find up next. I definitely have more worlds to show. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.